What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first From the Red Carpet of the new year. Well, we have some news for Jonathan Majors, and it's not good. It looks like Kang's future is very dim. Also, we have news regarding Scream 7, Terrifier 3, Beetlejuice 2, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So stick around, and we'll dive right in. So, the Jonathan Majors trial is over, and it's not good. This news dropped last month, but I wasn't really able to talk about it until now. So the trial was back and forth for a very long time, with at first it looking to be in Majors' favor. But now, he's been found guilty and Marvel Studios has officially dropped him completely. For real this time. So what does this mean? Well, for one, this sucks. Marvel Studios stated that they would stick to the Kang storyline regardless of the outcome of the trial. It would just mean recasting Kang. But is this what they're really going to do? I said in a previous episode that Marvel's already set up to get rid of Kang completely. At the end of the second season of Loki, Loki becomes the head of the TVA and repurposes them with seeking out all the Kang variants. So they could make it to where they just kill off every single Kang variant. And then, there's the talk of Doctor Doom. He hasn't even been introduced yet, but it's being said that he would have a minor role in Secret Wars. After the Majors news was dropped, Marvel came out saying that Kang Dynasty would now just be called Avengers 5. So that's not looking good for Kang, even if they recast him. And if they do recast Kang, who do you think should play him? Or if they don't, and they go with another villain, do you think Doctor Doom is the right choice? There's a lot to be considered here, honestly. But as of now, it looks like Marvel's looking to keep Kang as the big bad of the multiverse saga. They're just probably going to recast him. And I think this is a terrible idea. Their new plan, following the firing of Majors, is to focus on other Marvel villains for a bit until the next Avengers movie. Which, like I said, is just called Avengers 5 now. Around the time that movie comes out, Kang will pop back up, played by someone else. And they'll conclude the multiverse saga with Kang, quite possibly still using the Beyonder variant like they were talking about previously. But, for now, it looks like they're taking time away from him and using other villains. We'll be getting the first trailer for Deadpool 3 very soon. It was recently announced that the trailer for Deadpool 3 will debut next month during the Super Bowl, on February 11th. With Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine and all the other cameos in the film, I'm sure everyone is really excited for this one. She-Hulk is getting a season 2. Tatiana Maslany will return as Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, for another season. It's unspecified when we'll be getting it, probably at some point this year, but this time around, the season will have more than just 6 episodes. There isn't any news as to who the villain will be, or anything about the plot. So hopefully soon, we'll know a little bit more. Despite all the Marvel series being cancelled on Disney+, somehow Spider-Man Freshman Year has survived. However, it's now being renamed Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The main reason for the name change is due to the series not being tied to the MCU any longer. Apparently now, it's a different thing altogether. So basically, it's just a new unrelated Spider-Man cartoon, not tied into Tom Holland's Spider-Man at all. The series is set to release at some point this year on Disney+. Superman Legacy has a couple new additions to the cast. With the ever-growing cast for this movie, we now have 2 more people, because why not? Sarah Sampaio will play Eve Teschmacher, and Skylar Grisondo will play Jimmy Olsen. Teschmacher will be Lex Luthor's assistant and possible love interest in the film. Jimmy Olsen, of course, is a journalist who works alongside Lois Lane and Clark Kent at the Daily Planet. Let's see how many more people they can cram into this one. I Am Legend 2 is on the way. Will Smith will return as Robert Neville for the sequel. Not only that, but Michael B. Jordan is said to be in the film as well. Despite there being multiple endings to the first film, the sequel will follow the ending where Robert survived. There's no other information at this time, but Francis Lawrence, who directed both The Hunger Games and the upcoming BioShock movie, is set to direct this one as well. A Blair Witch sequel might be happening. So, Lionsgate is looking to bring another Blair Witch movie to the big screen. While it originally looked like it could be a reboot for the first film, it's now looking more like a sequel to the 2016 film. Oliver Park has been chosen to direct the film. There isn't any other information currently. As far as the plot goes, with it being a sequel to the last one, there aren't any really survivors to focus on, so a new group of people might be introduced. Or perhaps it could focus on the storyline of the Blair Witch video game, where Ellis Lentz joins a search party for a missing boy in the woods, 2 years after the events of the original movie. At this point, it's up in the air, but another Blair Witch movie would be pretty cool. Another Scream 7 update. So last we left Scream 7, Spyglass, the company behind Scream, fired Melissa Barrera after she made some comments on social media about the stuff going on in Gaza. Following that, Jenna Ortega backed out of the film as well due to a scheduling conflict. So as it stands, Scream 7 looked dead in the water. They did mention wanting to bring Neve Campbell back, but who knows if she'd even want to come back. Anyway, now, Spyglass is trying to bring Melissa Barrera back, and they apparently had a meeting with her and said they wanted her to retract all the statements she made online and do some sort of apology. So of course, she refused. And you know what? I'm glad she did. How are you going to tell somebody what they can and can't say? So I guess as of now, the future of Scream 7 is still up in the air. We have a plot synopsis for the Crystal Lake series. As we learned last year, Crystal Lake is a Friday the 13th series that will be put out by A24, who brought us such films as Heredity and Midsommar. At first I was hesitant for them to take on Jason, due to their weird indie film kind of vibe, but now I'm more open to it. It was initially stated that this series would be an expanded prequel, meaning that it would start off focusing on Jason's backstory and have the first season heavily involve Pamela and her descent into madness. Then, as the seasons progress, provided that the show does well, they would cover events that happen throughout each of the films, with Jason becoming the main focus and the killer we all know. That sounds pretty awesome to me. As far as casting goes, the only confirmed cast member so far is Adrienne King, who played Alice in the original 1980 film. As to whether or not she's playing Alice in this one isn't known, but the series will debut on Peacock at some point this year. Terrifier 3 is on the way. Not too long ago, we saw the teaser trailer for the third film, which makes it look like a Christmas movie. This one brings back David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown. Also coming back for part 3 will be Samantha Scafidi and Lauren Lavera. Also, apparently Chris Jericho will be in this one. Production on the film will begin next month and is set for a release on October 25th. Beetlejuice 2 has finished filming. Michael Keaton will return as Beetlejuice alongside not only Winona Ryder, but also Catherine O'Hara, Jenna Ortega, and Willem Dafoe. We're still waiting on a trailer for this one. I've seen a couple of them pop up, but they all turned out to be fan-made. So the wait continues. This one's due out on September 26th. Well guys, that does it for the first episode of From the Red Carpet for 2024. If you enjoyed the content, please like and subscribe for more, and with that, I'll see you on the next one.